Hi, welcome back to the Custom Saber Shop on YouTube, and today I'm going to show you how to configure your Nano Biscotti 2.0. But when you take your micro SD card out and you plug it into an adapter and plug it into your computer, or maybe your computer has a micro SD card slot like mine does, this is what will come up. I'm going to show you how to make some minor changes to these, but the first thing we're going to do is we're going to highlight all of those, and we're going to copy, and then I'm going to go over to the desktop and I'm going to right click again. I'm in a new folder. I'm just going to call that Nano B, and I'm going to right click again and I'm going to paste. So I'm making a copy of all the contents that are on our SD card, just in case one of the changes we make, something goes wrong, we can go back to the original settings. So that's there. Of course, if you ever want to find the original settings, you can go to Plecter Labs website, and under Downloads, where is it? Under Downloads, you can find a list of some of the different original configurations. Find your sound card. So maybe we've got the Nano Biscotti 1 here. Up here is the where is it? Nano Biscotti 2 right here. I can click on that and download the Nano Biscotti 2 light meat and dark meat configuration files and all that. So when we open up our sound card's SD card, you've got your first sound bank, your second sound bank, and you've got this one called Prefs and Revision. In each sound bank, we'll go to sound bank 1, there is a config file. This is where you make your changes to the sensitivity of your saber, that kind of thing. So we're going to double click on that, and what you see is this is the font 1 is the dark meat. Got the volume set there. 4 is max. Drive settings, flash on clash drive settings. Most people want to make a change to the sensitivity, and that's this guy right here. That's the overall sensitivity of the swings and the clashes. It's set at 53. If I wanted to make a change and set that at, say, 55, then it would be slightly more sensitive. You also want to keep in mind that your sensitivity on your saber is going to change slightly as your battery wears down. So you want to find a sensitivity that works for both a full battery and a partially drained battery. So that's where you would primarily make your change. You can change all of these different settings. You can read in the manual what each of them do. Sometimes I like to set it saber to quick on, so I might do 110 or something like that for a quick on. There's just a number of things you can change, but that's where you would change it. I'm not going to save it at this time. Don't save. If I had clicked save, then that would save it on my sound card. When I pop it in my saber, I would notice those changes take effect. With the Petit Crouton 3.5 or Prism, it's a little bit different. You'll notice right away you've got 3 sound banks. Now if I was to go into sound bank 1 and go to config like I did before with the Nano Biscotti, you're going to notice that there's not as many parameters in here, and the sensitivity parameters are not there. So we're going to go out of that and go back. Instead of going into the configs, we're actually going to go into this file called override that doesn't appear with the Nano Biscotti, but on the higher end sound cards you have this override file. And here is where the sensitivity and color profiles are stored for the whole saber, for all of the sound banks. So here you're going to find your switch polarity, and of course there's our magic parameter for the overall sensitivity of the saber. Again, I could change that, bump that up a couple of digits to maybe 57 if I wanted it a little bit more sensitive. Some of the other parameters you can read about what they do in the manual. If I wanted to change, for instance, only the swings, I like the clashes where they are, and I don't want to make them any more sensitive, but I would like to make the swings a little more sensitive. I could change this parameter here called low swing, or LS. If I basically made that a lower value, this is essentially the value, the strength of a motion that it would take to trigger a swing. It would take a 70 motion. So if I change that to 65, then a swing would only happen when I hit a 65. So if I hit if I want to make my swings more sensitive and let's leave the clashes, I might lower this value and leave the clash value. If I wanted to leave the swings where they are and make the clashes more sensitive, I might lower this value, 400 to like 380 or something. Basically, you can change it around and see what works for you. But that is how to make some basic changes on the override Again, you need to save that. Same things apply. You need to save a copy on your desktop so you have a copy of the original before you start monkeying around with everything. But you can make changes to the override on the Petite Crouton, and that will make changes to your Sabre and how it performs. So those are just some basic first time out of the box things that you can do. It should work pretty much straight out of the box, almost like a plug and play. But if you want to tweak it and make it more fine-tuned for your taste, then it's obviously set up for you to do that. So there you have it. Thanks again for watching.